Hello everybody, Ken Jones and Tim Bandit bring you XLRN's live coverage of NASCAR Heat 3 action coming to you from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. If you've been on this feed, you were watching earlier the stream from Watkins Glen International. A little bit hard to tell from the replays what exactly is going on in those races, as now we see, looks like the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 getting ready to load up, and looks like already we're seeing some problems here with the loading screen. As the cars are getting ready to go to the green. Ken Jones and Bandit once again bringing the green flags out with racing. Well, we talked about the starts here. This is hold your breath moment right now here. Got to watch these guys, see what's going to happen here. We got our onboard car already on the grass. Right on board here with Danica. A lot of excitement going on up front here. There's some tight racing going on right here. Got to watch out for the big one here going into turn 3. Could be happening from several angles. Here's the 48 getting the crossways here on the apron. He's going to spin out here. Most of these guys are going to get through it. Here we got a car in the grass here. We got a big one coming to the soft finish line. Multiple cars in this one here. Major incident here. They're still wrecking going into turn 1. Oh, all sorts of chaos right there. They all sorts of crossways. There's somebody still wrecking back here. Here's a black car coming. Run up on the back of Danica, losing her elbow. A lot of contact going on down the back straightaway. Riding on the cockpit view now of Danica. She's got to watch out here for this 15. This 15's a weapon. Got a weapon behind her too. And there's weapons all up front here. These guys is wrecking big here. See a car kicking up all sorts of dirt here on the front stretch. Looks like that's lap traffic, a lot of lap traffic here. It's going to definitely factor into the end of this race. Danica in a tight battle here for the 10th position. Who's this? Well, man, we got all sorts of stuff getting ready to happen here in the front stretch again here. Here's another car on the grass, Danica on the grass. Here comes Jimmy Johnson rubbing up on her back end. Here's somebody spinning on the apron. So I think I'm going to get by that. Danica not going to get by the wall. Rushing in. This 15 car running a pretty wide line. Here's his 8 car looking pretty evil on the inside. He's going to make it 3 wide. They touch and bump and rub. Here's Danica getting Carly and crossways. She holds on though. Somewhat. And here's a car on the grass here. Let's see if he can hold a hard impact here into the front straightaway. It's like the 42's in it. They're still wrecking. That's how these quick races go. Lots of crashes, lots of contact. And this race here certainly is not playing out any differently from a lot of the races we've seen here before. Except we got a larger field. 38 cars out here getting crazy, getting wild, getting buck wild even. Riding on board still with Danica, now holding down the 15th position, and looks like there's a multi-car crash in front of her. Seems like every time we get to the front straightaway, there's cars crashing. Yeah, you think that would be the easiest part of the racetrack here. I mean, these guys ain't got to do too much turning on the front stretch, but it looks like that's not the case. As we've just seen lots of problems. Every time we come across the start finish line, we see some car in the grass, crossways, jacked up. Just big messes. Here's we got Danica going into turn 3 and 4. A little bit weird how we call it turns 3 and 4. I mean, honestly, it's really just one big turn. I guess this here is kind of a turn. That'd be turn. I guess this would be turn 1. Now we're going to start finish line. We got 4 to go. We're kind of doing some pretty deep schematics here. So we're trying to fill out the time here because we don't really have a lot of cars around Danica racing at the moment. So we don't really know where the leader's running. Laps are certainly winding down. Danica hoping to pull off a top 10 finish. Oh, we got a car upside down on the front straightaway. Oh my goodness. What in the world here? Boy, man, I don't even know what to say here. This here, a lot of weapons out here. Here's a guy lagging. That's Johnson. All crossways. He's going to try to go up here and get Danica. Looks like, actually, no, he didn't. Actually, there's pretty clean driving on his part here. My apologies to him. I mistakenly almost called him out. A lot of weapons out here, certainly. Another multi-car crash on the front straightaway, but it looks like we have lag plaguing this race. As we have 2 laps to go, possibly under 2. Danica's got to hold on for everything to hold on to this top 10. Great run going here, but she's got a gaggle of cars all behind her. This is a great battle. We don't have a battle for the leads going, but this here's a great battle here for 10th. Here's Jimmy Johnson with a great run down low. Little contact's going to rub Danica up into the wall. Here's the 24 jacking her up, and there's another multi-car crash on the front straight. We have the white flag out, one more to go. More checkers or wreckers. These guys giving a new meaning to that word. So we've certainly seen a lot of wreckers, but eventually we're going to see checkers probably in a few seconds here, because I'm guessing the lead has got a pretty big gap on these guys here. There we see it right there. Somebody won this race. Who's going to get that top 10 though? That's the question. Danica hoping for some more contact up here. Oh, it looks like there's a multi-car crash. That's exactly what she needed. It looks like it's not going to be enough. She's going to come home with the 11th position. It's just them wrecking coming across the start-finish line. That was a wild race here at Atlanta. I mean, gotta imagine. Congratulations there to number 95. Who was that there? Again, we'll see here when the order runs down again, if it does run down again. There's the official results you're looking at. Looks like Blau came home with the victory in the 95 car. Blau 2-2-3, as you see more cars spinning here in the post race. But I mean, NASCAR Heat 3 certainly, you know, I mean, it's pretty much more the same in a sense, because you're seeing a lot of crashes here, but at least you get a little more interesting views of some of the crashes, and the graphics are certainly being dated. So I mean, hell, at least you're crashing prettier looking cars now. Well, we're going to take this opportunity to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with more live coverage, this time coming from the Auto Club Speedway. You're watching XLRN's live flag-to-flag coverage of NASCAR Heat 3 quick lobby action. Back here live with XLRN's coverage. Ken Jones, Tim Bannett, bringing you flag-to-flag coverage of NASCAR Heat 3 quick race lobby action. It looks like this time we're going to the Bank of America Roval 400 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is certainly going to be a change of pace, but undoubtedly we're probably going to see a lot of the same accidents. Tim, any thoughts before we get ready to go to the track? Because honestly, we've seen a lot of the same that we've seen in NASCAR Heat 2. Yeah, we really have, Ken. I mean, we've seen a lot of the same, and that's really been cars getting wadded up, drivers just driving like they ain't got no goddamn sense, just guys running into each other. I mean, that's going to be a spectacle here. As we see a little bit better graphics here, like I said, it looks better to look at here. You got some people here pretty pumped up. Look at that guy one there with the headphones on. He's definitely jacked up. Guys walking down pit lane, they're pretty, well, they know what's getting ready to happen. But, you know, I guess we all know what's going to happen. It's just a question of how many cars is going to be involved in the big one. We got 39 cars here, and how many of these guys have actually been to this race course? There you go, green. We're glad to be with us. Green flags out, we're racing. Boy, they're already getting jacked up here. There ain't no surprise. Here's the 9 getting jacked up. Here's Danica getting jacked up. Somebody looks like they're upside down. That looks like maybe Larson. Here's another car getting jacked up here. This is just a big mess here. And look at it here, Danica somehow is running 21st. Boy, what the... I don't even know what to say. Looks like this is going to be a race where as long as you don't get crashed too bad, you possibly could get a decent finish. It looks like we see Danica getting wrecked more heavy impacts for the 7th. Well, there's Larson getting all jacked up again. Looks like a little bit of lag. Here's Byron. Not sure who's driving that Byron car, but they're all messed up. Still messing up here. Here's somebody barrel rolling here, going into whatever corner this here is. Danica touches them. They still upside down. Here's another car upside down. Who's that? Keselowski. He's just going to leave here, it looks like. Boy, what amazing action here. As they go traditionally into what would be turn 1. Getting ready to enter very heavy braking zone. You know we're going to see some big crashes here. This chicane here, there's some big crashes right there. Looks like Keselowski's jacked up into the wall. They jacked up here, couldn't come out of this corner. Lots of action and lots of contact going on right now. And we're getting ready to complete, looks like lap. Oh, here's another area. Car upside down again. Who is this upside down? The 9 going backwards. I don't know if I can stand anymore of this here. Danica going into the wall there. Head on. Here's his 8 car jacked up. Keselowski's trying to come back here. That's Blue Merle. 1031. What if he knows I drive this race course? Don't look like it right now. Because he's back here in this mess here, but don't look like any of these guys really know how to drive this race course. You gotta wonder if this is going to be indicative of what we could expect to see at the actual Roval, Tim. I mean, I imagine they're gonna at least run around a few laps before we see something like this happen. Probably towards the end of the race, you're gonna see certainly something like this happen. But I mean, these guys are professionals. Not these guys, obviously, but I mean, like, when we talk about, like, you know, race car drivers, these guys are actually professionals, so they know what they're doing, you know. If they don't know what they're doing, they're just gonna try, most of them, at least the good ones, are gonna try to figure it out eventually. They're gonna learn and adapt. So, I mean, we're going to see some of the same guys, at least the top talent. Probably somebody like Harvick or a Kyle Busch, one of these guys up here. Some of these guys that you know what they're doing up here running actually at the Roval and not wrecking. Well, we see a lot of contact there. Looks like somebody else. Actually, no, we were mistaken about that. I was going to say maybe somebody else is upside down, but we've seen enough of that. Hopefully we've seen the end of it. Looks like these drivers are getting a little bit more familiar with this track as we see Danica getting ran off and there's more crashing going on. Well, here's the final lap here. One more time at this mess. See if Danica can pull out at top 20. She ain't too far off from it. You know, honestly, if you don't crash here, you can just get around a lap without getting into anybody or getting off track. You're probably going to have a decent lap time. Here's some guys here getting all jacked up in crossways. There's the race over. That guy here obviously won this race. Didn't really get off the track much. That's really the key to victory. Here's Danica getting all squirrely. Tight battle here for that 20th spot. Danica trying to get it. She's got it right now, but can she hold on? Keselowski all behind her. I'm not sure if she was driving that car. But we're getting ready to come into this chicane here, and this is a real treacherous part of the track. We've seen a lot of problems. Not sure if we've seen the end of those problems. Well, Danica had a great chicane right there. Some of the guys behind her didn't have that great chicane. Here's a guy here having a great, not so great turn, whatever. We got a few more corners here. One more chicane. Danica got through that pretty great there. If she's going to spin backwards. Oh, no, she ain't going to get it. Danica wrecking in pit road. She's going to get the top 20. Looks like she does get the top 20. We were calling that race like you would actually see a NASCAR race called with Danica in it. Exciting call. Following Danica throughout her trials and tribulations here at the Roval, and a lot of other guys obviously had trials and tribulations. As you can see, the final running order. Let's see who we have as the victor. It's like Stone 610 got the victory. Or Stone 610. Congratulations go out to him. Surviving the Roval. For Ken Jones, Tim Bannett. This is XLRN's coverage of NASCAR Heat 3 Quick Lobby action. We'll be back after this quick break. Welcome back to Excellence Coverage. Ken Jones, Tim Bannett, bringing you live NASCAR Heat 3 action from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the South Point Hotel and Casinos 400. Tim, we're actually racing Las Vegas this weekend. You think this race could be any type of harbinger for some of the stuff we get ready to see out there on the racetrack once these guys actually get ready to head out there on Sunday?
But I doubt it. We're going to see a lot of wrecks, like I said. There are going to be a lot of crashes here. All these races, it's crash fest. A lot of contact, a lot of over-aggression. So, we got 40 of them out here. So, this is really going to be a race of attrition and a race of survival. You see these guys here, the TV guy there, he's focused on the crowd here. The crowd's pumped up, big crowd, a lot different crowd than you'd see actually the NASCAR race. Fans is definitely excited because they know they're going to see something real exciting out here. But these drivers ain't so excited. They're just hoping to survive. So we'll be interested to see after maybe about 13 laps who's actually able to survive and bring home the checkered flag.
Should be very exciting. We're very happy to be with us here for the South Point Hotels and Casino 400. Ken Jones, Tim Bannett, bringing you Excellence live flag-to-flag coverage of NASCAR Heat 3 quick race lobby action. This is probably going to be our final race. And looks like it is going to load, so fortunately our final race isn't going to end in a disconnect. We're so happy to be with us for our coverage. Green flags that we're racing.
Real hold your breath for tense moments here. We got to watch out going into turn one here. Some of these guys ain't going to make it into turn one. Looks like Danica ain't going to make it into turn one. That car's getting all jacked up in crossways. Big wreck here. Multiple cars here. It's like 12 cars at least involved this here. They still wrecking here. Here's Danica running into a guy on the apron here. That's the 19. Not sure who's driving that there, but just a big mess. Looks like these guys are still trying to get it gathered up.
Boy, we expected this to happen. It looks like it has happened. Multiple cars involved in a grinding crash going into turn one. This track has 4 turns, or 2, depending upon your definition of corners. You can certainly expect action going on into all those corners.
We saw crashes going on the front straightaway at our last track. Not the Rover, but last time we was at a big mile-and-a-half track, we saw crashes happening on the front stretch. So it'll be interesting to see how much that happens here. So far, these guys is able to get around here, and looks like maybe that first lap crash was actually a fluke.
Riding on a board here with Danica in the 34th position, looking to get a top 10. She's definitely had some trials and tribulations during our previous races. We see a multi-car crash going into the corner. One car going upside down. Looks like Danica's going to go up and under it, and now she's in it.
That was a big one right there. That was a big mess. We probably ain't seen the last of these big messes. We were talking about how these guys have calmed down a little bit. They ain't calmed down that much.
Danica had a little bit of struggles, actually quite significant struggles at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, our last mile and a half, as we're seeing more cars having struggles at the 42. Looks like a lag crash right there.
Yeah, a lot of them here. These guys still got to work on their servers. See some guy wobbling up here, weaving and wobbling and just running into somebody. This here might be a next wreck. Got to keep your eye on it. Try to sort itself out though.
4 to go here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Ken Jones, Tim Bannett, bringing you this live flag-to-flag action. We're riding on the board with Danica Patrick. If you're just joining us, there was a multi-car crash. That should not come as a surprise to you, because every single race at these quick races starts off with a multi-car crash. We've seen several other crashes. None as big as when they're actually just bunched up before the start going into turn one, though.
No, it's hard to wreck that many cars. Like, we got a guy in the grass here, as we was talking about hard to wreck cars, but it's hard to wreck. Here's a big mess going into the corner here. These guys trying to prove me liars. Talking about it's hard to wreck cars, but it is hard to wreck as many cars as we saw wrecked on the open. It's obviously easy to wreck cars, but if you want to wreck about like 40 of them, that first corner is a pretty good town. Go out there and do that. You see a pretty good battle here developing here between Danica. It's like the Chase Elliott car there. That's Judge Judy. but you're going to get up a little bit loose. Tight, excuse me. Rush up into the wall. So we'll move Danica up into the 23rd spot. Well, somebody's got a real good head of steam here. This looks like a custom car. So we got a custom mess going on to the corner. Custom car's going to dive down low. Let's be Stavely. Stalvey. We're not 22nd position. So we got the white flag. One more lap to go, and it looks like Danica did just barely avoid getting lapped. We're riding on board with her. We're not sure who won this race, but she's trying to hold on to this top 25 finish. We got all sorts of chaos going on down the back straightaway. Excuse me, that's not... Oh! Cars touching going into turn 3. This here's coming to the line. We've seen cars touching all over the track here. This here's the lap car here touching. Trying to touch. He's going to go on the apron. Looks like Danica's going to come across the line here in the 23rd spot. 23rd position here for Danica Patrick in the 7 car. As you're looking down the run order, congratulations to Lord Wise bringing home the victory in the 31 car. Great run for him. It looks like we've seen a lot of different winners here so far. Haven't really seen anybody hit really a stride here, but I mean, that's kind of hard to do when every race is like Talladega and you pretty much see the big one happening all over the place. You never know who's going to win, but I mean, you know, when you get a win, definitely something you want to cherish. Definitely indeed, Tim. Well, we'll be back with more X-Learns coverage after this quick break. Welcome back to X-Learns coverage. Ken Jones, Tim Bannett, bringing you live flag to flag coverage of the Martinsville STB 500 in NASCAR Heat 3. Tim, boy, we've seen some crash fests before, but we haven't really seen a crash fest occur on such a narrow and small track. Martinsville Speedway is about half a mile in length, so this is definitely a big change from some of the other tracks which we've been at, which have been 1.5 miles in length. What do you think we can expect to see here, Tim? Well, I mean, we got to see kind of the same thing, but I mean, just kind of like imagine it was a little bit of a smaller compact here. I mean, the wrecks they're going to be slow wrecks. I mean, you're going to see a lot of parking lots because, I mean, eventually when these guys all wreck, it's going to be hard for everybody to get the cars going here. So, I mean, that's pretty much what you're going to see, a big parking lot here. And the guy who's going to win this race is going to be the guy that's driving around here, avoiding the parking lot and logging in laps and putting everybody pretty much multiple laps down.
Fans certainly look excited, as we are excited here to get ready to kick this off. We're sorry to be with us from X-Learns coverage. Green flags that we're racing. Already we got guys getting jacked up and not getting going here. Big wreck. We're talking about the parking lot happening. And here's that parking lot already happening on the front stretch. Here's looks like somebody got upside down here. Larson. Somebody else upside down. There's Chase Elliott upside down. Just everybody's upside down. multiple cars getting in trouble here at Martinsville. You don't see that very often with cars flipping here at the Martinsville Speedway, but that's just kind of action you see here in NASCAR Heat 3. Not sure where the leader is, but he's certainly happy to be past this chaos here as we're just seeing an onslaught of just wild racing greatness. Just, my goodness, lag is also certainly being a factor. Well, this is an onslaught of aggression right here. Guys just rubbing all over the place, rubbing into each other here. There's Danica getting all jacked up here once again. 13 to go. So we're going to see a lot more of this, certainly. There's Danica going a lap down. There's an 8 putting her down. This here's Randy Durham. Randy's going to get jacked up here by the 48 who hits the curb. Here's a big mess on the front stretch. Randy got a piece of that. Danica certainly got a piece of it. She's upside down in the air. Now she's going to come back out. Hard impact here. Heavy, heavy, heavy impact here for Danica. Looks like the car stalled on the racetrack upside down. An amazing ride here. Caught up on the front straightaway, the inside wall. So she's going to gather it up. A major, major incident here for Danica. I mean, this here is absolute pandemonium here. That's why the fans is here. That's why the stands is packed. Look at your big crowd here to see this here because they know what they see in here. A little bit dangerous here for the crowd. It looks like the leader coming around to put Danica at least 2 laps down. Not surprising when she spent all that time floating around the air. Lee Merle getting very aggressive. As many of these cars getting very aggressive. I think Danica needs to get more aggressive because right now what we've seen is Danica's getting used all up. So if she wants to get up here and have a decent finish, that's just getting exponentially harder for her the way she's running right now. And they're spinning around ain't certainly going to help that cause. You get to notice the roof flaps actually deploy here when a car gets around, which is pretty common. A lot of that going on. Look at this car here tipping over. That's Brendan Gaughan. He's going to... There's just too much action for us to call here. These guys here, everywhere around the track, the wreck. Everywhere around the track. See a big wreck back there in turns 3 and 4. Looks like a wreck going on here into the corner. Danica just trying to survive at this moment here. It looks like there's a great battle going on for the 10th spot. There's somebody else getting upside down. Man, we've seen a lot of that here. We've seen cars get upside down more at Talladega. Typically. Not something you often see at Martinsville, but we've certainly seen a lot of it here today. I mean, that might have been like the 4th or 5th car we've seen get upside down. Here's a car stuck into the pits. Big wreck going down the backstretch here. We were talking about the parking lot going on. This is certainly the parking lot. A lot of them here. There's some more cars upside down. There's 20 upside down. Somebody else upside down. It's like 6 laps to go. Well, not sure what in the world happened right there to Danica, but that was certainly a big problem. Here's somebody going backwards. They knotting up again. See if Danica can pick up the pace. She's certainly going to need to do that from a 25-second lap. Yeah, 25 seconds, that's the reason you get run over. You can run a lap like that. Let's see if we can pick up the pace here a little bit. Actually, doesn't do a lot more than a little bit. You're going to 25-second laps. This is what lap this here is. It's a clean lap. At least for her. Not very clean for the cars in front. That's 20 seconds. That's certainly a marked improvement over that 25-second lap. This here's 11th place getting jacked up. Danica's going to go 3 wide through this mess. Danica's going to cross the line in the 29th spot as they're still wrecking behind her.
Boy, that was a tough race there from Danica. Congratulations. Who was that there? Coming up, let's see here when the results come back around. That's the page you don't want to be on. This is the page you want to be on. With Zane coming home with a victory. Congratulations to him. Surviving at Martinsville.
Well, that was the STP 500 in Martinsville. Danica Patrick coming home in the 29th spot. Tough break for her. Let's see if she can rebound. We'll take a break and be back with more coverage. You're watching XLRN. Welcome back to XLRN's coverage. Ken Jones, Tim Bandit here. It looks like we got a little bit of a pre-race situation as the ticker is counting down to less than 10 seconds before we start here at the Michigan International Speedway for the Firekeepers Casino 400. Tim, this is a very fast track, very competitive track, and we have 40 cars getting ready to take to the grid. What do you think we can expect to see here as these cars get ready to head out to the track shortly?
Well, Ken, it's good to be with you here. I mean, what can you expect to see? I mean, I pretty much we've seen all these races here throughout the stream. A lot of crashes. Might not see as many big parking lot crashes as we've seen as Martinsville. Because like I said, Martinsville is a narrow track here. So once they all wreck in front of you, it kind of gets all locked up and log jammed. But I mean, here it's wide open spaces. So I mean, I can't say we're going to see a lot of cars getting upside down. Because I mean, we've seen a lot of cars getting upside down at Martinsville. But I mean, we might see a few of them getting upside down here, certainly. Should be exciting to see how this race plays out. And looks like we're here on the track. And looks like there's a packed crowd here getting ready to watch racing at the Michigan International Speedway. This track is 2 miles in length. Had a repave in 2012. That made the speed dramatically increase.
Be ready here.
Green flags out, we're racing.
Well, Danica getting jacked up on the grass here already. A lot of them getting jacked up, though. That's a big mess here going right in. Oh, my goodness. Big wreck on the front stretch. A lot of these guys didn't make it into turn one. Danica sort of didn't make it. But how many of these guys, looks like a lot of these guys ain't going to make it down the back stretch. Here's somebody tipping over.
Boy, we talked about cars getting upside down. Looks like we've seen that already. Danica now racing the William Byron car here, and looks like she's going to take that spot. Looks like more cars are having problems on the front stretch and behind Danica.
Yeah, we talked about crash fests, and
Thankfully for these guys, it's only 5 laps to go here, because we've seen a lot of that happening already, and we ain't done seeing it happen.
Danica got a good run going into that corner. Looks like Danica might have a pretty good piece underneath her here today. Be interesting to see how this is going to pan out. A lot of these guys is real aggressive. It doesn't really matter what kind of car you have. If you race around maniacs, looks like right now these guys are giving her some room. Little contact there between her and the 22.
Still there. You're clear.
Looks like she's going to thread the needle and go up on the outside. Here's the 18 trying to go up and side draft. Oh, contact there.
Oh, these guys is wrecking here. Big wreck going on here into the corner and behind. Huge wreck.
Gonna move Danica up into the 9th position now. Right now, she's just trying to hold on here for this top 10. Not too far behind the lead, so I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. We've already seen some craziness happen here. We talked about how crazy this is going to happen, and I don't think we've done seeing it happen. Because these guys still got some more circuits to go. We've got some great race going on here for that 7th position. That 18 is going to take it over here from the 42. That Pepsi shooter in the 24, grabbing the 42. A little bit dyslexic out there for him, as we got 3 to go. 3 laps to go. Great battle going on for the 7th position. Danica right up in the mix for it. The 18, 42, and the 7 as we got a multi-car crash going on down the back straightaway. Danica got through that part right there. These guys on the lead lap up here. This is a big wad right here, that 9 car. Is he racing for position? That's Judge Judy, and it looks like Danica is going to overtake Judge Judy and move into that 7th position. 2 laps to go. Well, this is a great battle going on right here. We got 5 cars up here up in the mix. Not sure how the battle is going on for the lead, but it's probably advantage too. Here we got cars up wrecking here big on the back straightaway. It's like Danica got through it. Now she's in 5th. Well, how far back from the leader is she? She's 3 seconds back. We see another big mess here. Danica's still up in the mix. There's the leader. She can see the leader. She got Pepsi shooter up here. Let's see if they can draft up here as we get ready to come to the white flag, and 1 more to go. Final lap, 1 more to go. How much more calamity will we see? Will Danica be able to hold on for this top 5 to finish out the live stream? Pepsi shooter just pulls her off the corner here. It's going to be hard for her to get up here to the 4th spot, but we got these guys battling here for 2nd. Pretty good battle getting ready to go on. Meanwhile, up front, looks like that's the 9 car up there. He's in a great spot to win this race because he's just looking back here in the distance to these guys battling. And here they come off turn 4. Somebody's in the 9 going to win this race. Who is that 9 car? We're about to find out as he comes across the line and wins, and Danica comes home to the top 5. Looks like that's Cards 11, Clayton SK coming home with the victory. As you're seeing the rundown there, it's like indeed it is Cards 11 Clayton SK, or Clayton's K. Not really sure how to pronounce that, but congratulations to him coming home with the victory. Timmy, any final thoughts on this race as we've seen Danica bring home a top 5?
Well, I mean, it would have been great to see her end her career with the top 5. I mean, the stream career has ended with the top 5, so you can't go wrong with that. We've seen a lot of ups and downs here for that car there. Wasn't for lack of trying, though. But we've seen here, when you get this car here in a position where they can win the race, they can get up here and mix it up here. So congratulations to obviously the winner of the race. But, you know, congratulations to our onboard car. Here's some great pictures and capping things off here with the top 5 finish.
Once again, congratulations to Cards 11 Clayton's K in the 9 car. As you're looking at the official results, we're happy to be here. We're happy to be here with you, bringing this coverage. If you like this coverage, click that subscribe button for more videos. For Ken Jones and Tim Bannett, we would like to say goodbye and thank you for watching our stream. And congratulations to Cards 11 Clayton Skay K in the 9.